Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast, solo podcast episode with A. How is everyone? I have a few things to tell you guys. Thing number one, are you guys as crazy busy as I am right now? What is this time of year? Like, I feel like from now until the end of school, it's just like running. There's so many like fun school activities, so many theme days, so many things. Like today, I was like, hey, I got to make a cake, bring a cake. They're going to water polo. There's just like Alfie's going on a field trip, got to sign that permission slip, got to pay for that on School Cash Online. There's like a lot of moving parts. Maybe it's just me. I felt like there was something else I wanted to tell you guys about my life. It's gone. Maybe it was about my poop situation. So listen, I never thought that I was someone that needed more fiber. I felt like I was really quite regular. Didn't really feel like I was struggling with bloating or anything. Very healthy poops according to like the poop chart. Well, I found these new wraps at Costco. It was actually a member that posted them, and they have like 17 grams of fiber, which is like half of your daily fiber goal in one wrap. And I bought them and I introduced them into my diet. It's the only change I've made. So it's the only thing that I can imagine is happening. And I swear to gosh, I have not stopped pooping, but like in the best way possible. Like I feel lean and I just feel flatter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, have I been full of shit and not realized it? It is something to think about if you're eating high protein. It's a little bit harder to also hit your fiber goal. So maybe just being kind of conscious of it. Now, you don't need to count anything. Don't get too bogged down by it. But, if you're someone that feels like maybe I'm a little bloated, just set a goal to increase your fiber. Really fiber rich foods like raspberries are a really great addition. You can also get like fiber supplements, like I think Metamucil. Shaklee has one. It's called Good Gut and Go. Get it? Go. And it also has like pre and probiotic in it. Anyways, all kinds of options out there. But holy moly, just maybe that's why I'm so busy spending so much time pooping this week. All right, you're welcome, everyone. I just thought I would share that. Listen, we share all the things with you. Okay, so this is perfect, this topic, because it's all about like being busy. And I was thinking today, not to compare my capacity to my husband's, but like mine is it because I have a vagina? Or is it just me as a human? Is it a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B? I do not often get overwhelmed. And I'm very good at fitting things in. I mean, we're a very busy family of five. And so for example, the kids came home yesterday, the girls, and they were like, we really want to go to our friend Harper's house, but I knew my parents were coming to visit. So I was like, Kate, you go in this window and then I'll pick you up and then I'll drive you back. And then like made supper and then I'm going to go pick you up right before it's done. And then you're going to eat and then you're going to get to football. And it's like, here's what I'm trying to get at. You have to be very purposeful and intentional at making sure everyone's needs are met when you're with a very busy household. Oh, that's my friend Chelsea calling. I'm just going to ignore her. Um, and wait, I'm going to send her a message. Recording a podcast. Um, so you have to be really intentional. And if I was just like, basically, if I don't like make things happen, if I don't grab opportunities, if I don't adjust the schedule, if I don't tweak things, they're not going to happen. And that just like all got me thinking about being consistent and what I still stick to. I was talking to my parents yesterday and I said, I'm really proud of myself because I've been maybe never busier. Things are like really full right now in the best way possible. But I have stuck with my movement, like when going to the gym in the morning and then when it's a nice day, getting a little lunchtime walk in has been really great. And my mom said, yeah, you're really good at prioritizing that. And it just made me think about that. The list is never done. Like I'm never like, oh, I'm just gonna go for a walk right now because there's nothing else to do. Like that doesn't exist. That doesn't happen. And even with the kids, like this week, Alfie got a haircut. If you're following me on social, he literally aged 5 years and I can't even handle it. And I finally convinced him to let me buy him some new shirts and shorts. He got a real full blown glow up. And a 20-minute window where I was like, let's go, Alfie, put him in the car. Let's go to Joe Fresh. Let's go to Old Navy. Let's hammer this out. Brr, 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 brr. And it's like, you have to just grab those opportunities. And I know other people, not naming names, NEIL, would just be like, don't have time. Like, needs like large windows of time to accomplish things. And it's just, you're going to get less done that way. Like, you're going to have to just grab the time you do have and do the thing in that time. I'm not just here to talk shit about Neil, guys. It just really made me realize I'm like, why am I able to get so much done? Like, how am I able to do this? And it's like not waiting. One thing is not waiting for the perfect time window to do the thing. Looking at the time window and like triaging things and taking advantage. So I put together my top 5 tips for being consistent. And this can be with anything, any habit, any action, any system that you're trying to implement in your life, how to be more consistent with it. So thing number 1, front load your important actions. Okay. So what is most important to you? What has to get done today? So for me is my movement. If I didn't wake up and go to the gym early in the morning, I would not go as often as I go because nothing's happened yet. There's no one's sick, no one's busy, there's no drama, like nothing's happened yet. And so front loading a lot of my most important habits is something that I do and then they actually get done. Connecting with my goals, so journaling, that's something I do once the kids go to school. Now, listen, don't get too stuck on the actual little tiny detail of my life. Okay. And like, oh, I don't have that, so I can't do that. That is a limiting belief. That is not thinking like a CEO. Sure, your life isn't exactly like mine, but if connecting is important to you, you find a way to prioritize it. And if I don't connect in my journal in the morning, doesn't get done. It just doesn't get done. I don't find the time to sit quietly for 5 minutes and reflect. So, things that I front load, movement, connection, hydration, which goes great with movement. I get a full liter of water before 7 a.m. and I get most of my water intake before noon. I don't know why everything feels harder as the day goes on. And so getting my front loading my hydration, check, check, check. Another thing, taking my supplements. I always take them at lunchtime and don't wait for dinner. Dinner is often hectic. We're rushing around. I forget. Like lunch, I'm at home. There's nothing else going on. So I do that then. So those are the 4 things that I really prioritize up front. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I feel like this happened last time. I almost want to step out and blow my nose, but we're not going to do it. Okay. Number 2, I already kind of talked about grab pockets of time. Guys, you have to take advantage of those 5, 10, 15, 20-minute spots. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I am going to tell you that if you want to be a more productive, efficient, get more shit done person, sitting on the couch because you and scrolling your phone for 15 minutes because you have 15 minutes before you have to drive the kids to an activity and you don't want to get into anything is a waste of time. Okay? It is a waste of time. I'm going to have to do this. We're just going to pretend it's fine and it didn't happen, okay? Oh, it's so annoying. Okay. Grab pockets of time. I see a lot of people even just sitting in their cars waiting for the kids during activities. What can you do during that time? You know what's one thing that I did that really helped me to get tasks done? I timed how long annoying tasks take me. And let's say the dishwasher. Do you ever sometimes almost like procrastinate unloading the dishwasher? You know that's the next thing on your to-do list, but because you don't want to do it, you actually kind of procrastinate and you actually spend more time procrastinating than the task actually takes itself. Time your annoying tasks. I think you'll be shocked at how little the amount of time takes them. Like 7 minutes to unload and reload the dishwasher. Um, 9 minutes to give my bathroom, clean my bathroom, not like deep clean, but like a spruce, literally 9 minutes. Like that's how long it takes. You know, how long does it take to fold and put away the laundry, to vacuum the floors? Sometimes you're like, oh, wow, like that, that doesn't take that long. I do this with chores. I don't know, because then again, when I have a 20-minute window and I'm like, okay, I can't get into a big work task right now, but I don't want to waste this 20 minutes. I know that I could clean 2 bathrooms in 20 minutes. Clean, spruce. Boom, do it, done. Okay. Grab pockets of time and run with it. Also, apparently, I'm just gonna say it, like, drink pre-workout because I feel like this. Someone sent me a message the other day. She said, "Are you constantly fueled on pre-workout?" I'm like, I feel like I'm running right now, but it just feels like I'm just like, yeah, let's go. I actually only take it in the morning before my workout, but that's a lie. Sometimes I take it before cleaning. And I've taken it once to do a different task, but then I ended up sitting down and working, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so focused. This is amazing. So pre-workout is a real secret out there. All right. So we've got load your most important tasks first thing in the morning, grab pockets of time. Okay. Number 3, show up even when it's not perfect. Show up scrappy. Show up scrappy. Okay. Today I was tired. It was like, we've been so busy. Have I told you that a few times? The girls are finishing basketball practice at 9 p.m. So by the time we drive home, they have a snack. Sometimes they want to have a shower. It's literally almost 10 o'clock before I'm putting the kids to bed. Like, so then I need one show. I need to watch one show before bed. Like, I need that for myself. Maybe I don't. Maybe that's a limiting belief, you guys. Maybe I don't need one show before bed for myself. Oh, that's a weird thought. That's a crazy thought. I do love that time to just sit and watch trash TV. Anyways, for another time. But I've told myself that I need that, but then I'm going to bed quite late. So maybe I need to untell myself that. Maybe part of your kids growing older is that you don't get as much trash TV time, but there's pros, right? So anyways, I was tired. I was 7 minutes late to the gym, but I showed up. Okay. And it's not just at the gym, it's like anything. Like, okay, I need to get this task done. Done is always better than not done. Done and scrappy is always better than not done. Okay. Just 1, 2, 3, go for it. I do not wait for perfection in order to do something. Okay. Thing number 4, I ask myself some important questions when it's looking like when there's an obstacle. Okay. When people get sick, people get busy, there's drama. Like, how many times does it get to 4 p.m. and what you thought was going to happen doesn't happen? Very frequently. It's called life, right? Like, the girls decided to go to the park, so I also need to drive them and pick them up. And then maybe Alfie needs to go to practice earlier or whatever. There's something going on that's like, oh, wow, what I had thought was going to happen isn't going to happen. Neil's late for work. The tires, we didn't end up, we needed to leave the car at the shop because of the tires. We only have one car. Like, there's always something, right? So I just pause and I say to myself, okay, how can I adjust? Like, just because it doesn't go exactly as you planned doesn't mean it needs to be a hot mess express. Like, I'm not like, oh, F it, McDonald's it is. Like, not that there's anything wrong with McDonald's, that's just an example I'm using. If you want to intentionally choose to go to McDonald's, I could not support you more, okay? But please don't be the victim of your busy life and feel like you have to go through McDonald's drive-through. You do not, okay? That is a choice. I support your choice, but the important lesson here, I always want people to own their choices. I want you to realize that what you get done in the run of a day and what you don't get done is what you prioritized and what you chose. And it's okay, but own the choices, the good and the bad. Okay, so I say to myself, how can I adjust? So often it'll be as simple as like, okay, instead of making mashed potatoes, I'm going to take naans out of the freezer because that doesn't require cooking. Instead of putting it on the barbecue, I'm just going to throw it in the air fryer. Like, how can I make it quicker and easier? I'm just like talking about dinner for an example. Maybe I wanted to go for an hour and a half walk and it's like, okay, that's not going to work in this pocket of time. I'm going to do 37 minutes. I'm going to grab that opportunity and I'm just going to adjust. Often adjusting requires me to ask other people, hey, Josh, who coaches the girls, do you mind driving the girls home? Like, asking for help. Like, guys, open your eyes up to the doors. When you stop looking at your life as a victim and you start looking at your life as opportunities and a CEO, you literally look down a hallway and you're like, look at all those doors I could open. They're not all open. Maybe some of them are open ajar. Maybe some of them are wide open, but there's not every single door wide open. Like, oh, here you go. Here's the perfect, like, no obstacles. You just go for it. Okay. Goal, 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 goal. That's not how it works. Right. But when you look down the hallway as a victim, You just see closed doors and you don't even consider the options and the way in which you could open other doors. And this is said with the most love possible. And this is said with the intention of you guys building the life of your dreams. This is said with the intention of you guys finally achieving your goals. And this is so much more than weight loss. This is life. Financial goals, relationship goals, business goals, weight loss goals, wellness goals, anything. You need to look at it from a CEO. You need to look at the doors that are potentially open and start opening them. Okay. So, how can I adjust? Is the question I ask myself when doing the thing is going to be different. Okay. And then I ask, how can I make the most of the time that I do have? Okay. So, again, it's just like, how can I adjust? Okay. I feel like I repeated that once. We're going to scratch it out. It wasn't so good. Okay. Number 5. So this one is something that this is a little different because it's something you do more upfront. So here we go. Let's review time. Consistency. How do I show up consistently for X? Front load the most important activities. Okay. I literally every single day sit at my desk before I start like really getting into work and I triage my jobs. I'm like, "Hey, this has to get done today. These are my top 3 things that have to get done today. I'm going to do them first and then the other things." And every day I say, "Is there anything I can move to tomorrow?" Literally every day. Okay? Every day and I triage. So, doing the most important things first, grabbing pockets of time, showing up even when it's not perfect, learning the skill of adjusting instead of throwing in the towel. And thing number 5 is, how can I make this simple? How can I make this accessible? How can I make this enjoyable? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm sorry. I'm just going to use that example again. How can I make it simple? Hired a trainer. Pretty simple. Just show up and do what she tells me to do. How can I make it accessible? I set out all my clothes the night before. I set out my pre-workout with my little like spinner thing and a cup, and I set up my electrolytes and my water bottle, and my gym bag is all packed, and my mama tea cookie that I have half of before the gym. I set it all out. How can I make that accessible and how can I make it enjoyable? I enjoy what I'm doing at the gym. I refuse to do things I don't like. So I make it enjoyable. If my trainer puts something on my plan I don't like, I'm like, change, please. Okay. When I was on the stepper this morning, I watched the trashiest, what's it called? Love Island with some Real Housewives. Now you know all my secrets. It was great. I was actually almost like worried that people would see what I was watching on the stepper and judge me. Not really, but I'm like, oh, people are going to see that this is what I'm watching, but I'm here for it. But that's how I make it enjoyable. My walks, I make it enjoyable by going outside, breathing fresh air, listening to a fun podcast. Sometimes I do that even with tasks. Like, listen, the Real Housewives are a real secret. So this is what's fueling me. Pre-workout and Real Housewives, okay? Cleaning my house, I am listening to Real Housewives. Folding laundry, listening to Housewives, okay? That's how I make it enjoyable. And so really asking yourself the actions that you're currently trying to be consistent with, say, how can I make it simple? Let's talk about nutrition. So let's say you're on a goal to increase your protein. How can I make that more simple? I can buy protein cookies, protein bars. I can meal prep and have cooked protein in my fridge. Like there's so many things that you could do to access that. I could boil some eggs and have them in there ahead of time. Like, how can I make it simple, accessible, and enjoyable? And if you don't like eggs, don't use eggs. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Like, I could pre-measure stuff. I could. Do you see how my mind works? All I see is doors that are either open, a little bit open, or can be opened. CEO mindset is what is going to get you the results you're looking for. And a good CEO is a consistent CEO. And consistency breeds results, not perfection. Consistency breeds results. And one last little reminder, progress is progress. So if you're working towards a new action right now, and maybe you're not at the point where the amount that you're doing that action is getting you the results you're looking for, I need you to pause and take a step back and say, but actually, I'm making progress. And progress has to come before results. So I'm going to celebrate the shit out of the progress, and I'm going to keep celebrating myself, and I'm going to keep feeling inspired and motivated and excited by all my wins. And then that's going to unlock the results. Well, I think that was a solo podcast episode, if I must say, a great solo podcast episode, if I must say so myself. Okay, on to the next thing on my triaged to-do list, everyone. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you guys know, DMs are always open. I love hearing from you guys. If you have any feedback on the podcast, anything you want to hear specifically from me in the next upcoming weeks, I am here for it. Bye, guys.